Alright, we are back with another rig rundown. This is an updated version of the last one I did. So the last video I'm going to remove it because the dog was barking and then I didn't have the virus plugged in. But now I kind of do have everything the way I wanted it for this new video. So let's get started. The guitar, it's the Epiphone AJ Vela Bs. It's got an SH6 on the bridge. And I have like these little... Shout out to Colin, he made this for me, 3D printed it. Then I have backup pedals right here. I have another EQ, my LDR2, and my brand new wah. That's a revision, a third revision of the BB535. Then I have, this is how I have everything set up. I'm gonna keep it like this because I like it. I have a feeling, to me, I feel like the board is always going to stay here now because I like how it sounds with the amps being like right in front. I have my little desk or little kind of like stool thing here so I can have my computer instead of going back there. I have another stand right there, but I have, when I sit down and play, I like to keep it down here. Let me show you the amp settings. And then for that, I'm using the Big Shot ABY. So I'll go through the pedals in a second, but this is the virus. It's on A1, which is the first, I guess, setting. So parameter is A, and then the value is number 1. B3, that's for forgot Vicarious. And then A1, obviously for reflection, Rosetta Stoned, and I think, oh, and descending. And then for the there's like the octaves, so that's on 0, then on 1 is for Rosetta Stone. So yeah, those are the only ones that I use. I know he's using it now for like sober, for other songs. Oh, and the Grudge. The one for the Grudge, I don't know how to get. I have no idea which one it is, and I think I had it already set up, but I don't remember what name I had it under. But I mostly use the first for everything else, the A1, and then Vicarious. I don't really play the live version, but when I do, it goes to the B3. And I'm using a Duralast speaker. It sounds good. It doesn't blow the speaker. It could go really loud. It's funny though, because when I'm doing like a Bluetooth or just using my regular aux with whatever I'm plugging into it, it doesn't sound as loud. But with the virus, it sounds really loud, and it doesn't sound like distorted or bad or anything like that. But then with the board, let me see. Let me sit down and show you guys exactly what's going on here again. So I have 2 boards. I have this little mini one, but that's after everything that's in here. So for the first pedal, I have the power supply, the PSM5, and it's going into the micro amp, to the volume pedal, and the volume pedal, I have it on the laser. And then the volume pedal is going to the chorus. From the chorus, it's going to the carbon copy, then to the other carbon copy. Then from this carbon copy is going to the DD3, to this DD3, to this BF2, to my .EQ, and then from the .EQ is going into the wah, and then from the wah back into the return of the PSM5. And this other PSM5 right here is just for the tuner, so when I hit it, it's just for the tuning, and it also mutes. It acts as a mute, and that's going into the back of the send of the I'm sorry, This is going into the in of the Korg pitch black, out into the in of this Strobo Stump HD, and then it just ends right there. And then this right here, the amp is going into the micro flanger, and then from the micro flanger is going into the Providence delay, and then that's going into the ABY, and then from there it goes to the amps. So this little board cannot be muted. Like if I hit my PSM5 and if I have any of these pedals on, it's gonna stay on because it's after it's part of this chain, so that's his own thing. And then this side is all powered by the ISO 5. This side right here is powered by that little blue, it's like one of those noise canceling daisy chain power supplies. But this half of the board right here, including the laser, is being powered by the ISO 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the ports that it has. And then this side right here is only being powered by a Voodoo Labs. It's not the ISO 5, it's the bigger one. Pedal Power 2. And this BF2, I'm not using it. I'm not using it now. It's the made in Japan. This is the Taiwan. Only reason why I have it here is because I was kind of comparing the two the other day, and I had a separate power supply for that one because everything's already used up back there. And then since I have all of this on the board, like bolted in, it's kind of hard to remove the Pedal Power 2 from the back and just kind of like plugging in another power supply for this. So I just kind of had his own power supply, but it sounds different than the made in Taiwan. This one sounds a little bit more metallic-y. It has the same type of thing going on, but I feel like it sounds a little bit more metallic-y, kind of like the BF3, but not as much as the BF3, if that makes sense. It's kind of like in between the two, the BF3 and the BF2, the made in Japan one. I have the chorus right there with the chorus settings. This is the one that I use the most right here. This carbon copy. This one's like brand new. I haven't even done anything to this one other than just these settings right here. But this is the one that I like to mess around with. These two and this one are already set for everything that I want to do. With this one, I like to have like the little freedom, just kind of like move around and, you know, try out the different stuff. This is the one with the expression pedal as well. So I have two different settings. I have one for Tempest, which is the fast setting, and then the low heel back on the expression pedal sounds like the DD3, but slightly quieter. So it doesn't repeat as much. It doesn't have as many repeats. BF2 flanger, I am using those settings for now. I go back and forth between the old Anima BF2 settings and then the newer BF2 settings, which, you know, are like this. And then for Anima, it's something more like that, where everything is shut off. Well, the rest is shut off. Manual and depth are cranked, and then the rate's like about halfway. And then the new one, the rest is turned up a little bit more, so it has more of like a swirly, swooshy, kind of wavy sound. For the DD3, this is the one that I use for everything. So Stinkfist, Reflection. I'm sorry, Stinkfist right into Vicarious. I'll show you guys right now an example. Let me just put the phone on the tripod. And hopefully this works without it falling. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go over the first DD3, which is the one that, you know, he's been using for almost everything. And honestly, no one really knows, at least as far as I know, no one really knows what he's using the second DD3 for. This one right here. But this is the one that he uses for Stinkfist. So Lateralis. too. He also uses it for like descending. What else? H. So yeah, and then also I use it for the swells on Fear Inoculum. So if I want to play the intro. And then this other DD3, I'm using it for reflection. So it's slightly faster, a little bit faster than this one. But the volume or the level and then the feedback, I have it the same way. It's just the speed is a little bit faster. So that's the other DD3. And also for the little scrapes on Triad, that's also that DD3. And then this is both DD3s turned on. You can hear it's slightly faster. So yeah, that's that DD3. That's the only thing I use it for. This right here, CCD or the Carbon Copy Deluxe, that's the one that I use for whatever I want. It sounds really nice. I kind of like using it for like the chorus, or not the chorus, but kind of like the main thing in Schism. So I turn it on for this. It just kind of fills it up a little bit more and sounds nicer. That's basically the only thing I've used it for. There's some songs where like I like throwing it on just for like the extra. Like I would throw it in for probably maybe like the descending solo. So yeah, that's what I use that one for, just for whenever I feel like it needs something extra. Now this is the one that I'm using for Tempest, but this is the slower setting set up on the expression pedal. So it sounds like this. You can kind of use this one for Numa, which is what I used to do. And you can tell it's kind of like the DD3. I just don't have it set up to where it keeps repeating a lot. And then the faster setting is for Tempest. So that's for this part right here. I kind of forgot how to play that for a second, but... So yeah, that's the faster setting for that, and also it kind of is close to this other carbon copy, the faster setting. They're close, but I like having the option on this one to, you know, change it with the expression pedal. And on this one, I don't have to worry if it's already if it moves a little, like the knobs, because that one's already programmed to be with the expression pedal, so it saves in a way. Next we have the chorus. That one I like to use it for, obviously, the intro to Numa. Intro to the sending. Now when he plays I think it's Invincible, yeah, live, he kind of uses the chorus. for the wah, everything is turned all the way up on this one. So the bottom, the dB boost or whatever, and then the knob on the side is all turned all the way up. For the volume pedal is just three. I have the laser, so I have right there with a CL that's clean. So CR that's crunch, and then all the way at the bottom it's the high. So for like certain songs, I can go back to crunch and then have like the full volume with the PSM on. So, for instance, because those like verse lines on Numa, they're not too loud. They're not. Turn on the delay. They're a little more quiet, so. And lastly, we have the BF, or not the BF2, I'm sorry, the micro flanger from MXR. That one is pretty nice. I really like the way it sounds. It's only used for Numa, but it's still a pretty dope pedal. Now, I don't know if you guys heard right now, but I was trying to use the Evo for the solo on 10,000 Days. But for some reason, the Evo just kind of died on me. That's why it kind of sounded like shit. I just need a new battery for it. But so regen turned all the way off. The rate, I had it like this, but it sounds better when you turn it all the way off. And then lastly, the Providence. This one is the one that he is using for Numa. Now, in the album version, he is using this pedal, but it's also different than the live version. So in the live version, the song is slightly slower, and I do not remember what the delay number was. I just know it's on the Justin Chancellor video. So for the album version, it's 17, and then for the faster part is 19. So this is like for the intro part. So now this 119 is for the part that he starts going. So if you go on the Justin Chancellor video, and if you put those same settings on this pedal and you try to play the album version of the song, you're gonna notice that they're really, really slow. Let's see what else I can talk about. Yeah, everything is being powered by Voodoo Labs power supplies. The Virus, that came with its own power supply. Same thing with the PK5. You can see the Virus again. There's no real settings for this. Like, you kind of just have to mess around with it and see what sounds good. I just know that for the A1, I'm using LP for the mode and split right there and filter 1. That's all I know. And if you want to know more about that, I'll have a link in the description for the one of the guys who helps me out with the Virus. There's a couple people that I'm gonna leave a link to the group and to the post where they talk about the Virus. And like I said, I'm using the Big Shot AVY, and the Pedal Power 2 that's down there, that's plugged into the back of the wire mold, and then that's plugged into the back of the Pedal Power 2. And then on the wire mold, I have this little Samsung brick that's powering the tuner here. This right here is powering this tuner, and on the back I also have the 2 lights. And then the laser is also, you can see the little power supply box down there, that's going in there as well. And everything is going into that big power strip right there, and then the power strip is plugged into the wall. And then I can just turn it on and off right there. I have the other pedals plugged in right there, along with the LED lights that connect. It's like an extension thing, but I just haven't turned off. And then that brick all the way in the back, that's for the speaker here. And that's obviously for my computer's charger. But I just have to kind of like clean up this area right here, because it kind of gets in the way a little bit. I just have to zip tie it. Other than that, I feel like the cable management on the actual board itself is pretty clean. There's not a lot of stuff hanging in the back. And then since these verticals have holes, like you could just run the cables on the underneath them. You can see the other hole right there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. I didn't really talk much of the micro amp just because this is always a, you know, it's always turned on. So you always have to leave that one on. If you don't have a micro amp, but you do have one of these pedals, you don't have to worry about it because this one comes with a gain knob on the top. So you would, you know, you could just use that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing much has been changed. Like I said, the other video is going to be deleted. So this is going to be the new one for a while until anything crazy happens, or if I sell anything, or if I make the board smaller, which I was thinking of making a smaller board, like a more compact, because I already have another DD3. I'm sorry, I have another BF2, I have another EQ, and then the volume pedal and the wah pedal. I'm just going to need another delay. But I don't think I'm going to get any new delays, as far as, you know, that's 5 delays already that I have on the board. And then 3 of them, you can have 2 different settings on them, so it would be delay overkill. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how the setup is. I removed a lot of the lights that were on the roof or the ceiling. I'm just going to leave that laser and then that one right there. That should be enough for when I do like live videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, and also on the computer, I have a like, this is like the Tool playlist, I guess you can say. It's got all the album songs, and then the ones that are not, they don't have like a artwork or anything, those are just no guitar, so they're backing tracks of the ones that I play the most. So yeah, that's how I have it set up. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. The next video, I'm just gonna do some playthrough with these 2 amps, and I'll do one just with the Marshall clone here, and then one with the dual rectifier. And I'll do the ABY. I'll show you each what they sound like and how the settings are. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy this one. This is the final rig rundown as far as I know. And yeah, have any questions, just let me know.